weight, the more white blocks become red, right? Yes, if you agree. If you don't want to give up any more white blocks and you're fully committed to making a change. To make a change now, you need to get results from this training, and that's my goal for you guys today. And we're going to give you all the best techniques and methods we've used in our businesses to get massive results. Now, the number one reason why people don't get any results in this training is because they get distracted. If you're really committed to making a change, put your phone on flight mode and put it in a drawer or leave it on another table in another room. If you keep it near you, you're going to be tempted to reach for it. Then you're going to get distracted and you might miss some very critical information that could be the difference between success and failure. So what's more important, looking at some notifications on your phone or changing your life, guys? So if you're really committed, turn your phone off and put it away. Do it now, or it's very unlikely you're going to get any results. Also, close any tabs you have open in your internet browser right now, because having other tabs open, other things open during this training will distract you. If you want this training to work, you've got to be focused. Being distracted doesn't help your situation at all, because you're going to miss a lot of critical information and you won't get any results, and you're going to lose even more red blocks. So if you really want to stop giving up white blocks to a life of freedom, choice, and fulfillment, you really need to focus on this training today, guys, because if you don't solve your problems now, after the training is over, you're just going to sink back into routine. Your situation won't change, and in 5 years, you'll be in the exact same position you are in right now. The only difference is that you're going to be older, have more responsibilities, and a lot less energy. So you might be wondering, is this training going to make it happen? The main reason you really need to focus is because no other drop servicing training has delivered more results. So you really need to focus on this training because it's the drop servicing training that has delivered the most results in the world, guys. And we've got results to back this up, But before I show you the results, which we have a ton of screenshots and screen recording proof for, I need to tell you a few things. We cannot guarantee you results, right? This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is not a magic bullet, be lazy, click a few buttons and make money thing. There is work involved. This is not for predators who just want to make a profit without contributing value to the world. You must be ethical. My results and or my students' results are not typical. We're not implying that you will get the same results as these people or any results for that matter. The results you get are up to you entirely. In fact, we don't know your situation, right? So we can't guarantee results. You may make more than the people you see today. You may make more than us. You may make the same. You may make less, or you might make nothing at all. Your results are completely up to you and under your control, which is very good, right? It's great because you're in control of your life. Am I right? There's no better place to be. But what I can guarantee is that we're going to show you how we were able to achieve these results, and you're going to see step by step how we've gotten significant results, the strategies, methods, tactics we're using right now to consistently get results ourselves. You're going to see everything down to our businesses, services, marketing system, everything, and how to replicate all of that to create your own business. And more importantly, you're going to see how other people were able to achieve similar results. And by the way, this isn't like some college course teaching you a bunch of theories some guy came up with reading books in an ivory tower. What I'm about to show you are the exact same strategies I use to build multiple drop servicing businesses from zero to driving six figures, allowing me the freedoms to do what I want, when I want, with who I want. These are the real strategies, guys, from the trenches that are working right now in the real world, that we're using in our real life online businesses that, as we speak, are working for me in the background. And I've been doing this since 2015, so there is no luck involved in this. It's a system that just works and consistently gets results. Now, maybe you're wondering if this is really working. Remember what we said at the beginning. We don't just tell you things, we show you proof and real results. And look, over the years, I generated over $500,000 US over multiple businesses, and here's how 1 month inside the PayPal account of one of these businesses looks. Here you can see the sales I was able to generate in 1 month in one of my PayPal accounts. And here you saw that I made a $12,000 sale that month, and a lot of people couldn't believe it. They were saying that it's fake. I get it. It's outside of the reality for most people. $12,000 is the equivalent of many months of work, or even a full year of work for some people. Most could live many months with $12,000, and I made it in just one sale. So yeah, it was hard to believe for some people, but I took a screenshot, I showed them, and they still couldn't believe me. So I filmed the notification on my phone to show it's legit, and here it is. The cool thing is that you get these notifications on PayPal when you make a sale. So you could be hanging out with your friends and you receive these notifications, and it's the best thing ever. You could be celebrating New Year's, you could be in a bar, you could be on a date. It doesn't really matter. These sales pop up on your phone every single time. They give you that little spread of energy, that little jolt of excitement. And look, I'm not special at all, guys. People around the world replicate this process we're about to teach you and have generated great great results. And all the results they realized came from using the strategies, methods, and tactics you're about to receive for free on this call. Now, maybe you're asking yourself if this will work for beginners. If you're just getting started and don't have any skills, knowledge, or experience, will it work for you? And the short answer is yes. Here's Adrian, who, as a complete beginner, was able to make a $799 sale in just a few weeks after joining the course. He didn't receive his payment right away because he made a spelling mistake when sending his information to the client, but he ended up getting it soon. And anyways, a little beginner mistake here, no big deal. He's going to reinvest this cash back into the business to scale. And it was pretty crazy because he didn't even know about this online business stuff. He was doing an internship, and then it became apparent to him when he saw this course, and he jumped in and he got that sale pretty quickly. And there's also Axel here, who made a 12,000 euro sale, which is the equivalent of $2,200 in US dollars, in just 3 weeks after joining the course. And he is only 16 years old. And on the left is one of his business Facebook pages, and he joined our private community with that. So that's why you see a post from his page there. And he says that the course is so damn valuable, basically everything in one package, so much value. So yeah, it worked out pretty well for him, right? And how fast can you get results, you might be wondering? Well, Axel and Adrian did this in only a few weeks. And yeah, as you know already, Kevin did this in only 6 days. Crazy, right? He landed a $12,000 client in less than 1 week. He used to see the notifications he got on his phone for $6,000 and $6,000 with just one client he landed in 6 days. By the way, all these screenshots are real posts made by real people in our private Facebook group. And all that was possible because they used the techniques from the drop servicing blueprint, and you're about to receive the same techniques they used. In fact, what you're going to have by the end of this call is a repeatable, low investment way to build a real online business that generates a full-time income from home and can be created in as little as 30 days, guys. You're going to have that locked and loaded, and at the end, you're going to tell me whether you have it or not. I want you to think to yourself at the end, did I get this out of the call? And there's going to be a lot of twos, because 2 means yes on these calls. And also on this call, I don't just want to show off our results. Here, I want to show the results and explain the step-by-step how we got them. For example, Kevin is with us today, and he's going to talk about his crazy journey in online business, how he made over $500,000 online, and how he was able to get this $12,000 sale in 6 days. So you can learn how to get your first sale fast, and we're not going to stop there. I'm also going to teach you personally how I've been able to consistently generate over $10,000 a month or 6 figures per year, working only a few hours per week, so you can learn how to consistently get results and replicate my strategies. And look, we were all able to reach this life of freedom by applying very specific strategies and tactics that we're going to reveal to you during this training. Just check out a few of these results. Here's a $6,000 sale and another $1,200 sale the same day. And we have a $4,700 sale and a few more of around $1,000. Here you see that I've been able to replicate results over and over again just by repeating the same tactics I'm about to share with you. And here are just a few more sales. When you find something that works, just do more of the same, right? And how was Kevin able to make a $12,000 sale in 6 days? Well, he copy and pasted the exact same strategies and tactics we've been doing. And the best thing about these strategies and tactics we're going to reveal is that they're still working today. And there are dozens of massive niches you can get into with little competition. So there's still a huge opportunity today, guys. We're not even scratching the surface with our businesses. There are billions of dollars to make in these industries and niches, and I don't think any of us would even need 1% to live a life of freedom, right? We'd be pretty happy with even 1%, maybe even a lot less than that. And how was Kevin able to make $12,000 in just 6 days as a beginner? Well, because drop servicing is one of the few business models that requires almost no upfront investment. And the best thing with drop servicing is that you don't even need to have any skills, experience, or knowledge. You see, because you're just buying and reselling digital services, you're not even providing the service yourself. Somebody else is, right? Somebody else who's an expert in this. So do you need employees? Well, no, because you only work with freelancers on a per project basis. So you don't need to hire any employees that work for you. You just contact your freelancer whenever you have a new project, and the clients pay you first. And after you receive their payment, then you pay the freelancer. You don't need to be creative or lucky, because there are proven, repeatable tactics that get results. And there is a massive demand for these services at the moment with very little competition. And that's so easy, and exactly how Axel was able to get his first €2,000 sale in less than 30 days, even though he's only 16 years old. This business model is really the best opportunity this year. There is no other business model right now that has all these characteristics to this extent. This kind of opportunity is rare and doesn't appear often on the market. Drop servicing is truly a unicorn. So if you don't like your current life situation and how you make money, if you're not happy with your job, studies, or not doing anything at all, whatever, if you're not happy right now and want to make a change, this is for you. If you're tired of trying to figure out how to make money and want the step-by-step copy-paste solution, this is for you. If you don't want to wait years and waste the best years of your life doing something you hate, if you want to get results now so you can live your life on your own terms, this is for you. If you don't want to invest a huge amount of money to start a business, this is for you. If you want a business that you can do on the side whenever you have the free time, this is for you. And you have no relevant experience, knowledge, or degree, this is still for you. So we're here to get you results, not here to make you feel good. Some information might make you a bit uncomfortable because it's the raw, unfiltered truth, guys. We're not here to throw random statements at you expecting you to blindly believe us. You shouldn't just believe anyone telling you how to build a business if there's no proof that it works. Always look at what they're doing and what results they get from what they're doing. So we don't just talk about results. You should be worried when someone only talks about their results but is not able to show them. Here, we show the results. We tell you the exact strategies and tactics, then show you the results we are able to generate with them. You're going to see a lot of screenshots and screen recordings of results from my own businesses, from students, and we're not showing you these just to show off how cool we are. We're showing you them to prove that what we tell you is working and that it's possible for you to achieve the same things. So when I tell you that anybody without any skills, experience, or knowledge can build this type of business, remember Axel, who was only 16 years old and from Finland, was able to build one, and here he just made 2 new deals of €599 and €799. When I tell you that you can consistently make 6 figures per year, I can show you the results that I was able to achieve with the exact strategies I'm showing you today. When I tell you that you can consistently sell high-ticket services month after month, year after year, I show you the results. Here you can see a few $1,000 sales made back in 2016 when I was just getting started. Then in 2017, you see the sales got bigger. I got more $1,000 sales, $2,000 sales, and $3,000 sales. And in 2018, same thing. Here are a few $1,000 sales and $2,000 sales I made. In 2019, I've been able to make bigger sales. Here we have a few $4,000 sales, a $6,000 sale, another just $3,000 and a $7,000 sale. You can see a few more here, right? And in 2020, I closed some $12,000 sales, some $1,000 sales, $6,000 sales, also $5,000 sales here, and so on and so forth. I couldn't show every sale I've made over the past 5 years, right? It would take too long, but I just wanted to show you a few so you can see that these strategies are consistently generating sales and even getting more effective over the years. And you might wonder if this works from any country around the world. Well, Adrian is from Germany, Axel is from Finland, Kevin is from Switzerland, and finally I'm from New Zealand, but I've been living in Poland for a few years now, so it really doesn't matter where you are and where you're from. This business works from anywhere in the world, and in fact, in our program, the Drop Servicing Blueprint, we have students from more than 50 countries around the world: South Africa, Saudi Arabia, Israel, USA, France, Singapore, Australia, Canada, United Kingdom, Malaysia, Brazil, Italy, India, and a lot more. Really, it doesn't matter where you're from, how old you are, how much experience you have, if you have a degree, if you're a woman or a man. Remember, Axel is only 16 years old, and we have students that are 65 years old, and anything in between. You can do this. There are hundreds of people around the world that are able to build this type of business and live a life of freedom. So you understand that we're going to show you results through this training for every statement we make. We back it up. And listen, we don't do that to show off. We do this to motivate you, to show you that it works and that it's possible, So just write hell yeah if you appreciate that we show you actual real results and want to see more. And you're probably wondering why we're doing this training today and revealing all this information that took us years and hundreds of thousands of dollars to figure out. And I'm going to be honest with you. I've been running my business for over 4 years, getting close to 5 years, and I'm a little bored of it because I basically automated everything with people and software so the business just runs itself without me having to work in it. And I only work a few hours per week in it now, just checking that everything is going well. Really, there's nothing much more for me to do inside my business. So yeah, it does get a bit boring after a while. But don't get me wrong, I'm grateful to have reached that point. Being bored is a luxury, really. And about 1 to 2 years ago, people were starting to ask me for advice, so I helped them start, grow, and automate their business. And surprisingly, they were able to replicate my results in a very short period of time. I saw the results they were able to achieve so quickly, so that really motivated me to continue and help more people. I mean, it was really cool to help them, right? Basically, I found a new passion in this, and I want to help as many people as I can, because with this business, people can finally get out of college and quit their jobs, be free to travel where they want, spend more time with their family, work when they want, spend more time with their friends, build businesses that make them truly happy. And there's no better feeling than people thanking me for helping them and feeling like I'm really making an impact. Maybe that's a bit egocentric, right? But whatever, that makes me happy, and if it makes them happy, I don't think it's a bad thing, right? Also, I hate the current system. Basically, the narrative of most people goes like this: study, get a job, work 8 hours per day on something that doesn't make you happy. Most people are spending tens of thousands of dollars and years studying something that they're not passionate about to finally get a job that they don't even like, and then they're stuck with that job and get caught up in the corporate rat race where they are chasing promotions and slightly better positions. And I was a victim of this system for a very long time, and that's why I hate it so much, probably. I think it's really sad, and I want to change the world. No more of this. I want people to be free to do whatever they want, travel the world, and really live a life of freedom with unlimited opportunities. And don't get me wrong, some people like that kind of lifestyle. That's cool if that's you. I'm just talking about the people that want something different, the people that really want that freedom. And if you're on this training right now, you're probably one of those people, right? But also, beyond giving back, I also think pragmatically. By giving you free training and helping you get results, I hope that you're going to think about me in the future when you need coaching or help, right? It's the old give free value to demonstrate expertise to build my personal brand and in hope to get more customers in the future trick. So I've coached hundreds of people, and across all of these success stories, I've noticed that there's really 4 keys to success. People that have these 4 keys consistently get results and win, and we've seen that over hundreds of people. So we're going to give you these 4 keys today, but we can't guarantee that you're instantly going to win with these keys. You see, we can give you the keys, but can't open the doors for you, right? It's up to you to choose your path and open your own doors. But with these keys, you're going to have the best chance to win. We've seen so many people get success with these 4 keys, and I know that you can be the next success story if you take these keys and open the door. So the 4 keys to success are: discover your personal power, destroy mainstream business lies, locate a simple, fast, and free business model, and know the steps to implementing this model. If you get these 4 things done, you're on the straight path to success, and this is how you're going to get results. We wanted to do something a bit special today, so if you stay on this training to the end, we're going to give you a template we used to get a $12,000 sale in 6 days. Just knowing what to sell and how to sell it is worth tens of thousands of dollars, right? You get to do what's working right away, because not only can you get sales quickly and easily, but you can do it over and over again. It's just copy and paste, really. And we want to give it to you only at the end, because if I give it to you now, you're not going to know how to use it. Just be attentive until the end, because we're going to give it away, and if you're not attentive, you might miss it. And honestly, we were on the fence about giving this away to everybody, so we only want to give this template to the most committed people that stay until the end. Just promise that you won't share it with everybody. Let's use it for ourselves first, then once we get all of the success that we're after, we can share it with them too. On top of the $12,000 email template, you're going to get an invitation to join our private mastermind with myself, Kevin, and other successful students. Now, these things are already worth $300, but honestly, we're very conservative here. These things are so powerful, they're more likely worth thousands. So you're probably wondering, why are we giving it away for free? Well, it's really simple. We know that the number one reason that people don't get results is because they get distracted. They check their phones, they open other tabs, they lose focus, and completely miss information and the message. Then they go back to the exact same life. These things just stop you from getting results, guys. Think about it. How many times have you been distracted so far? How many times have you checked your phone or other tabs? So if you haven't done so, really put your phone away and close all the other tabs. Seriously, that will really help you. And we're offering these things to help you focus, so the reward for focusing is higher than the pleasure you get by checking your Instagram or randomly browsing the internet. Just by offering these free gifts, we want to really increase your success rate because you focus more. Also, you might be skeptical or feel doubt. How many times have you been skeptical or felt doubt so far? How many times have you thought that these results we showed you are awesome, but you doubt if you can actually do it yourself? That's why it's so hard to stay focused and committed if you don't believe in yourself. And honestly, if you can't focus for a few hours and you don't believe in yourself, then it's going to be extremely difficult for you to get any results. In fact, you can't do anything without having addressed this problem with focus, and any tactic we give you is going to be useless without this. And that's why we're offering you these free gifts. We want to help you solve these problems, so we wanted to make it so easy to replicate our results by giving away the exact copy-paste template we used to make $12,000 in 6 days, along with the invitation to join our private mastermind with myself, Kevin, and hundreds of other successful drop services. So it's so easy, even a complete beginner can do it. So really, you just need to copy-paste the successful blueprint. There's no reason to doubt yourself anymore with this information in your hands. With these rewards in mind, you're going to stay focused until the end, and it will give you the confidence in yourself that you can do this too. And remember, we're here to get results results, guys. And look, we get it. Building an online business is a bit challenging, right? Do you think it's a challenge to build an online business? Write yes in the chat box if you agree that it's a challenge. Okay, cool. And look, it's true that it's a challenge, but can it be done? Is there anybody in the world that has done it before? Give me a yes if you think that it can be done. Okay, cool. The truth is that this is not as hard as people say it is. In fact, it can be quite easy if you build the right business and have the right information. Actually, there are millions of online businesses right now. People just like you have started an online business, and I personally know hundreds of people that have started an online business. Some of them were poor, some were 16 years old, some were over 50 years old without a job, without a degree. Really, I've seen every single type of person start a business, and honestly, if they can do it, you can too. What one man or woman can do, another man or woman can do. No matter where you are in your life right now, somebody with the same or worse position in the same or worse situation has already built an online business and succeeded. And look, it may be a bit challenging to start an online business, but is it possible to overcome challenges? Have other people that were in your shoes overcome this challenge? Give me a yes if you think that's true. So we can agree on these two things, right? Building an online business is challenging, but it's a challenge that can be overcome. And now I have a raw truth that I need to tell you. I told you earlier that I wouldn't filter myself, and you're just going to get the raw, unfiltered truth, right? But before I tell you about it, just remember that it's not your fault. It's the system's and society's fault. We're all products of the system, and we all go blindly about our life until something wakes us up. And look, just by being here on this training today, you're already in the top 1%, because 99% of people won't even try to change their life situation. They're just victims of their own life circumstances and get stuck in a routine and society's narrative. Go to school, get a job, get a promotion, a better promotion, get a house and die. There is nothing wrong with that if it makes you happy, but if you're just doing it blindly and are not happy with it, then you're just giving up the best years of your life. But because you're actually trying to solve your problems today, you're actually on the right path, so well done. And if you stay until the end of this training, you're going to be in the top 0.1%. Because if you stay until the end, you're going to be a part of the rare group of people that are really committed and determined to solve your problems. And you'll get all of the information you need to build your online business. So I have a question for you. At any point during this training so far, have you been distracted? Have you thought, this is cool, but I can't do this because, well, let's think about this. Think back into your life. Have you ever accomplished anything you didn't completely focus on, didn't believe in the idea, and didn't trust that you could do it without investing your time and money into it and betting on yourself? Have you accomplished anything in these circumstances? Maybe you can get little successes, but if you want to achieve something really great, can you do it without focusing and believing in yourself? Probably not, huh? That's just not how it works. You can't achieve anything great if you don't commit, focus, invest your time and money into it, right? And finally, have you ever focused on only one business model? Just working at building one business over a period of time without getting pulled in every direction and trying new things all the time? Have you ever really believed that the business model would work? Completely trusted that you can do it? Well, my guess is probably not, because 99% of the population won't. And that's not your fault. Maybe you've never believed that a certain business would work for you. Maybe you haven't found the right business model yet. You can't be motivated to do the work every day if you don't believe in what you're doing. Don't believe in yourself that you can do it. Don't focus with all of your effort on it. Without these three crucial parts, you just won't have enough fuel and power to overcome the challenges. And these guys are the number one cause of failure. How are you supposed to build a business without you believing in what you're doing? Don't believe in yourself. Don't believe that you can do it, and you don't put any effort into it. You see, most people think there are magic buttons that they can click and their business will magically appear. And that's why most entrepreneurs fail. Sorry to break the news to you, but these buttons don't exist. There is no magic in this. Just a few keys you need to have to succeed and the right strategies and tactics. And by the way, guys, this doesn't only apply to business, but also in life in general. It's just impossible to overcome any challenge and create something great if you don't believe in what you're doing. Don't believe in yourself. Don't focus on achieving your goal. Without these keys, you're basically trying to drive a car, but you're putting your foot on the gas and also on the brakes at the same time. That's not how you drive, right? This creates so much resistance, and even if you put your foot on the gas harder, you just won't move forward. To make progress, you must remove your foot from the brakes. And guys, our strategies and tactics do work. It's been proven over and over again. Hundreds of people were able to get results and change their lives. Hell, Kevin was able to build a business in 6 days and get a $12,000 sale. But the strategies and tactics won't work if you don't remove your foot from the brake. To succeed, you need to have these 3 things right first. You believe in what you're doing, you believe in yourself that you can do it, and you focus your effort on it. Now, have you ever had these 3 things work with you? My guess is probably not, but we're going to work on that right now to get you on the straight path to success. Getting these 3 things right is like removing your foot from the brakes and having your other foot on the gas. You're going to go full speed toward the achievement of your goals. And so the first key is to discover your personal power. You must become the person capable of achieving your goals right now. The problem is, what a lot of people think is that here is you today and up here is being successful. They think you're going to slowly, gradually over the years turn into this person that actually achieves the success. But that's not true. In reality, the only person that's capable of getting you success is who you are today. Let me explain myself. So who am I? My name's Dylan Segley, and if you haven't heard of me, that's okay. I'm not a super big deal or something, but I do have multiple drop servicing businesses driving 6 figures whilst I live a life of freedom.
My Lord.
Traveling the world, working basically only a few hours per week on these businesses. And I do have a lot of students that have been able to do the same thing. So long story short, people think my information is pretty cool because it works. And now I'm successfully teaching others how to do the same. Oh, and here's a screenshot of one of my businesses. Here's another one of my LinkedIn profile where you can see I'm the owner of Real Businesses. And here's a screenshot of my team in the management dashboard. That's 10 people across my businesses. And yeah, this is all verifiable if you want to do some digging. But long story short, I know what's working. I've done what works. And people listen to what I have to say. So I feel I'm a pretty good source of information when it comes to building an online business. Actually, by the time I was 24, I was traveling around the world, living a freedom lifestyle while my businesses ran themselves. Here are a few pictures of some of the travels I've done. So that being said, I've attained the dream, okay? And look, I don't show these pictures here because I'm so awesome. To be frank, this isn't what I care about. This stuff is really important to me, but depends on what your goals are and what's important to you. I've achieved the ability to live how I want to. I wanted to travel the world and live in different countries, and I did it. I've reached a level of authority and recognition in my industry and achieved my wildest dreams, right? I've done and gotten things financially, socially, experientially that society deems as success, and the thing I want to state right now is this stuff is so irrelevant, guys. It doesn't matter what you're looking at right now and the amount of money that I generate each month. It's just not important to me right now, and frankly, what's more important to me is just hanging out with my girlfriend and doing fun things with my family and friends. I mean, as far as what I've realized from doing all these things is, frankly, all these things are a pain in the butt. Don't get me wrong, I'm thankful for all of them, but it just made me realize that these things aren't really that important, and some of them are actually a pain. What makes me happy is to give awesome experiences to loved ones. I took my mom to Japan. It was her first time traveling there, and it was a really nice trip. She gave me so much growing up, right? So it just felt really good to give back, and it was awesome. And I took my girlfriend from Poland to New Zealand. It was really nice because she got to visit my home country and meet my family. But what is relevant to you, though, is my journey from broke student working a part-time job in a call center to making my first $10,000 a month. And when I say broke, my bank account was actually negative. I had finished my university studies and it completely crippled me. I was in $60,000 of debt from my college loan to help me get a useless degree that helped me make $0. I couldn't find a job. I couldn't make money with my degree. And this really broke my view of what colleges were about. I realized that they're all about making money, not helping teach you how to make money. And that turned my fear into anger at the education system. I felt like I had been tricked into a $60,000 college debt for nothing. All I was now was broke. Everyone in society told me to get a degree, and they were wrong. And it sparked me on this journey to find out what the right path was, because traditional education just wasn't the answer, right? It's pretty obvious. So what I did to get to that point where I had the income that gave me the complete freedom to live the life of my dreams, this is extremely relevant. That's what you're trying to get right now, right? And I can tell you exactly what happened, what changed to get those results. And you can see, here's me in 2015. I was in university, working in a call center, pissed and broke. And then this is 2016, making over $10,000 per month, traveling the world with a completely automated business funding my freedom. What happened? What happened between here and there? And it brings up another big question. Why did I fail for so long? Why did it take me from 2013, when I found out about online business, to 2016-17 to have success? Well, Well, it's because something really special happened in 2015, but you do understand this is who I was from 2013, 14, 15, okay? And I was a very specific thing that came from this. I was not a person capable of getting success, and this is who I became in 2016. And as soon as I became this person, boom, it happened. Now, don't confuse this. I didn't become a person who takes excellent photos and looks really cool. This kind of change reflects the transformation of self that was required and must happen today in order for you to get the same results. Now, the crazy thing is our students succeed 10 times faster. It didn't take any of our students 3 years. There's people doing it in their first 30 days, and Kevin did it in 6 days. And the reason why they're able to do that and why it's relevant to you is we've isolated what happened right here from 2015 to 2016. I wasn't having success and boom, it exploded. I needed to figure out what happened right here, and there's a success point. It happens, right? And once we're able to go and hit that success point over and over again, this is what happens. People get results way faster than I did. And here's the biggest breakthrough, and it's actually been hiding forever the entire time. This is why people were able to get results so fast. And this is the number one thing we work on with people when they join our communities. Who you are controls your decisions, actions, willpower, success. But really think about it. Who you are right now controls your decisions, actions, and willpower. This is why I feel this is who I was. I was in the call center making like $22,000 a year, probably below minimum wage, and my beliefs were I had no discipline, willpower, motivation. I had no faith in myself. I had no belief that business could work. I thought business was like gambling. I thought you had to be special to be successful. I thought success is not likely for me. And I hung out with mostly losers and drunks, and I had no confidence in my model. I saw a few people out there building a business, but I didn't think I'd be able to achieve that. How many people can relate to this? How many of you feel this way right now? Give me a yes if you can relate. Those of you that is your situation. You have very little discipline, no self-management, and you don't have any faith in yourself. You don't even believe that, even if you're on this call, right, I can show you business results. You don't believe that you can become successful. So what happens when that is you? Well, here's the actions and decisions that I made. I was easily distracted, poor work habits. I never bet on myself. I was extremely skeptical and halfway out of my business at all times. I didn't invest in my business and invest in myself. I did not go all in. I looked at bad sources and how the world worked, like those drunks that I was hanging out with, and I simply would not invest in myself, even though I knew it could work. What happened as a result? Zero change. The person I was kept me where I was because that was the person making the decisions. This guy right here, who I was, who you are today, is the person making the decisions. And what happens as a result? Decisions. The real result of decisions that this guy was making, zero change at age 20 to 23, no real results. And what changed was this, and this is what it took for me to change. And the whole point of this is so you don't have to hit this point. I had an extreme emotional breaking point. I remember there was a point I was working in the call center, going about my job, and some guy came and yelled at me for taking too many bathroom breaks or something like that. And I can't tell you how weird it is to be a 22-year-old being chastised by a 50-year-old guy who worked in a call center as a manager or something. This had nothing to do with how good at my job I was. I was killing it at the call center. And I just thought, I cannot do this for the next 30, 40 years of my life. Something has to change. And I thought about these blocks, and right here, I hit my emotional breaking point. I thought, yes, I am. I'm not spending the next 3 to 4 years of my life like this. And I was in massive pain, massive sadness. And it wasn't so much the call center. I encourage anyone who's young to go into telemarketing to help build your communication skills. It was really the people that I worked with. I had a very toxic, throw people under the bus work environment. I worked under supervisors who were sometimes nice, but most of them were really nasty people. And I could not stay there anymore. And so I was in extreme fear, extreme pain. And suddenly overnight, I had had enough. There was the breaking point. Who I was as a person changed instantly because that person that I was could no longer survive. That person had to die. And I had to turn into a completely different person at all costs. I became Dylan 2.0, the person with the precision of a surgeon and the focus of a monk, achieving my goals and tasks with the speed of an F1 racer. And so I had extreme discipline and focus at all costs. I had to counter myself. I believed it's going to happen. Millions have done it. Enough wasting time. I'm going to do this right now. My business is just work and focus. If I do that, I'm going to get results. And success is extremely likely. If I just educate myself and do the work, and if I listen to successful people and this model that I'm working on right now, it has worked for so many. It will work for me. And I'm not far behind the curve. Those became my beliefs. You see the night and day belief change, right? This had nothing to do with making money or achieving results, because this switch changed before all that. Give me a yes if you see that. But my mind and the person making decisions changed instantly. And as a result of these new beliefs, my actions changed. And guess what? So did my results. Nothing distracted me from focusing on my business. I would always bet on myself, and it's the best bet in the world. I was all the way into my business. I just went all in with my time and money I set aside. I didn't invest all my money, but the time and money that I had extra, my free time and the money I saved up, went into the business. My free time went into giving me the time to work on the business. In fact, I didn't invest any money in my business. I'll show you that in a second, but I did use it to buy myself time to work on my business. And I only listened to successful people, and I just focused on my model, and that's it. I knew it worked, period. What was the result? I got my first $10,000 month a few months in, and from there, my business went from 5 figures to 6 figures. How? Because the number one reason I failed is who I was. I was only capable of staying where I was. I was stuck, and it's the same reason why people fail and are stuck. The person you are is stuck right now. If you remain that person with those same beliefs and those same values, guess what? You're going to stay stuck. That's where the person is capable of getting you. And who I became and who you must become is the only person who can get you there. The person I became was easily capable of getting to the destination of success. The successful person naturally takes the actions to get success as you do with your results. It has nothing to do with how much money you're making right now. It has everything to do with who you are. Remember, when I got started, I was in $60,000 of debt and making minimum wage. If the person you are right now is a person who does not want to be in the game and a person who does not believe they can win the game, then this is a person who will never win any games, even if they try for a decade. That's why people fail. It's the number one reason why people fail in internet marketing, building a business. Have you ever seen a person like that achieve success? If you're approaching your business and you're the thing that influences the choice and freedom of your life like this, you're never going to do anything great. That is a cold hard fact, right? And so what you need to do right now is think about this. Who do you want to be 2 years from now? Picture that person that's on top of the mountain, has all the financial success you want, has all the materials that you want. What type of house do you live in? What type of car do you drive? How much free time do you have in your life? How much do you work? How much time do you spend playing? What do you do for fun? Now you have an excess of free time. Maybe some people just work for fun, right? That's what I do. How much money do you make? What does your business look like? How do you dress? How do people view you? Think about that, think real hard and have a vision in your head right now. It doesn't have to be super exact. Once you do this exercise a lot, then you can get super exact, and that's how you get closer and closer to it. But think about just overall right now, you probably have that. Give me a 2 if you've already thought about this a bunch of times. Okay, now let's realize one thing about those things I just talked about. Who you are is defined by your beliefs. What you have is the results. What you have doesn't define who you are. Who you are is getting the results. It means that who you are defines what you have. Elon Musk isn't Elon Musk because he has a rocket ship. Elon Musk is Elon Musk because of his attitude and who he is, his action-taking mentality, because he believes in himself so much that he's willing to risk it all. He knows that he's going to succeed. He bets on himself and he never gives up. As a result, he's changing the world and sending rocket ships into space. Beyonce isn't Beyonce because she has a lot of cool houses and a private jet. It's because she has a mindset like a queen. A queen is not afraid to fail. Failure is another stepping stone to greatness. It's because of who the person is. As a result of her beliefs, decisions, and actions, she has cool stuff like a private jet. All these things that you envision yourself is an outcome of who the person is. You have to become that person today, and now knowing that, I want you to think about that person you just viewed yourself as becoming. The person that has all the things you want to have, is viewed the way you want to be viewed, behaves in the way that you want to behave. Does this person believe in themselves? Does this person bet on themselves? Does this person have enough discipline to focus? Is this person confident in their business model? Does this person think positively about what's to come? Does this person avoid challenges or take them on? Does this person value their time? Does this person aggressively educate themselves with the best education to get results? Does this person surround themselves with successful people? What were the answers to that? I think you know what they are, am I right? Because listen, here's the problem. There is the person you must be right now, and because the only person who is capable of getting there is that person. This has nothing to do with your current financial status, your current situation, or anything that's tangible. You simply must be that person today because that person is the only one capable of getting you results. So I really want to put this in perspective. Success is at this point here, and you need to make a series of decisions to reach that point of success while avoiding other bad choices. If you invest your time, energy, and focus in the right places, choices, making good decisions, you're going to get to this success point. Here's current you right now, at this little red circle here, with all the same beliefs and values and principles that you have right now when you get to the first choice. And you make that choice, okay? You choose to attend this webinar, right? But then you get distracted by your phone and checking your text, so you go back down here and back to your initial situation, because you're not going to have the success if you don't focus. You might even stay till the end, but you decide you don't have confidence in the business. So when you get to the point where you decide whether to start a business, you're going to go down there back to your starting situation. Every point you see here is a decision leading you towards or away from success. Or maybe when you decide to start a business is what so many beginners do. They get in and they're very wishy-washy. So here's the first destination, which is just getting a website, getting it up and getting it working. And they don't complete, or if they hit any trials or error or challenges, they hit any hardship, then boom, they just go off in a different direction. As soon as they get any friction or hardship, they give up, move on to new things, procrastinate, and they just get distracted in general, so they get back to their initial situation. To get success, you have to be the person who's capable of making these right decisions right now. So your future self, the person you envision yourself being, they make the right decision. Okay, cool. Attending the training and watching all the way to the end. Okay, so I know this business, I'll work, I'm going to go all in, I'm being a better self. So I make another decision, but things don't go as planned. When things get harder, you have your first downfall or something goes off, you stick to it. And because you're very positive, you have all the stuff already in you that makes these decisions natural. And so the natural consequences, the natural sequences of events, whenever you get to a decision, eventually takes you down the right path. The actions get to success. It's impossible to get here as this current person, because every single time you come to a decision which is going to be outside of your comfort zone or hard, you're not going to push through and take the actions you know you need to. Think about this person. They're the only type of person capable of getting you success. Remember when we answered these questions here? Think about it. I mean, really think about it. Here's the person you might be right now that will never get results. Does this person believe in themselves? No. Does this person bet on themselves? No. Does this person have enough discipline to focus? No. Is this person confident in their business model? No. Does this person think positively about what's to come? No, they don't, right? Does this person avoid challenges? Yes, at all costs. Does this person value their time? No, not really. Does this person aggressively educate themselves and get the best education? Nope, not at all. I mean, they'll just take whatever information entertains them. And does this person surround themselves with successful people? No, they don't. This is a person who will never get results. And if this is you right now, you could get the best tactics and try this for 1,000 years. I could come over to your house and build your drop servicing business for you. You would still fail, because this person right here is completely incompatible with any success or fulfillment or choice or freedom in their life. This is the mindset of a person who will never be free. This is a person who will never be free. Whereas this person here, success comes pretty easy to them, right? Does this person believe in themselves? Almost too much. Does this person bet on themselves? Yes, aggressively. Does this person have enough discipline to focus, laser focused like a monk? Is this person confident in their business model? Yes, because it's proven. Does this person think positively about what's to come? Their future is as bright as the sun. Does this person avoid challenges? No, they're born for challenges. Does this person value their time? They value it more than gold. Does this person aggressively educate themselves and get the best education? Yeah, that's their main investment. Does this person surround themselves with successful people? Yes. Now, remember, this stuff I just listed right here doesn't mean this person has money or results, but it does mean that they can easily and quickly get money and results with the right system. So to get success, you need to be the second person right here. You don't slowly transform. I didn't. It was an overnight success after a breaking point where I finally made that decision. But of course, the results don't come overnight, right? They didn't for me. You simply make the right decisions that your ideal self would make, and that's what gets you the money and results. You refuse to make all decisions that don't go with that ideal self, and you follow the narrow path of decisions that do. You already know the right decisions, right? And they're going to lead to the things that you want. And of course, it's not comfortable. You aren't always sure of the decisions, but that's the old you trying to stay where it is, in its comfort zone. That's the current you trying to keep control of who you are, to prevent change, to prevent success, because the current you doesn't really want success. It just wants to survive. It doesn't want to thrive. You don't have the evolutionary pressure to be the person that gets success because you're comfortable with your food and shelter and current situation. But if you want to be thrilled with your current situation, living your best life, as they say, you need to be this person that pushes past their comfort zone for something greater. Think about your major concerns in your day-to-day. Most of them aren't based on rationality or logic or anything. That is the current you trying to keep control of your future you. Why? Because old you is comfortable and is willing to tell you anything to keep you in the same place. You need to focus on the decisions that the future successful you would make. What would future me tell me to do? And just do those. And then congratulations, you're already that person and you can get these results. So the first key is you'll never get the results you want remaining like you are now, because if you keep doing what you've been doing, you're going to keep getting what you've been getting. I tried to remain like I was. I tried to push out into who I need to be to get the results I'm after. I procrastinated for 2 years before making this decision because I got so much pain. I was forced to become the person capable of building the business of my dreams to live a life of freedom. And I got there very, very quickly. So this is the key you need to always have in mind. Who you are now will get you more of what you have now. To get your dream life, relationships, money, fulfillment, whatever, you need to envision who the person is that has that and be them now. Don't wait any longer. Don't waste any more white blocks because you're not going to gradually become them. Trust me. I thought that was the case and it took me years before realizing. You might not have the skills, results, or money coming in now, but you need to become the person capable of that success. And that's the key. You already are that person. You just need to start being that person, making the decisions they would make instead of the decisions you've been making. Because let's be honest, you already know what the right decisions are, right? You know to go to the gym instead of eating pizza. You know to work on the project instead of watching Netflix. In the drop servicing blueprint, after hundreds of students coached, we know exactly how to make people transform and become their future winning self. For example, here's Aviel. After he became the person capable of success, he instantly started eating healthy again, going to sleep before 12, working out and meditating. He always knew he should be doing these things, but he wasn't doing them. Right after he became the person, he immediately started doing the right things and getting results, and it became easy for him to do this. He was this person not taking action and became this person taking the right action because he already was this person. He just needed to make the right decisions. When he became this person, he was easily able to get results. And this is how it happened. He was just going about normal life and found the key to unlock his future self through our personal transformation coaching. He came in and we changed his head around so that he became his future self. And the transformation was so deep and intense for Manu here that he nearly cried when he went through the coaching and was ready to achieve his goals right after the transformation. So when it comes to the decisions, this person here wasn't going to get the results because he would only take the bad decisions and go back to the initial situation. But the future self was there. When it got to the first decision, he made the right decision. When it got to the second decision, he made the right decision. Third, fourth, fifth, probably thousands of decisions. That's why it's so important. There's going to be thousands of decisions like a constant test. And if you're not the person capable of making the right decisions, eventually you're going to end up off track and go back to your initial situation. And that's why we focus on changing the mind first of all. That's the breaking point. In the drop servicing blueprint, we make this key easy because the major difference between our education system and everyone else's is we focus on the mind first and how to transform into that person. Now, these are all the steps and details I've used to create multiple six-figure drop servicing businesses for myself and clients, and I show you exactly step by step how to go out there and change your mind into that of your successful self so you can be that person who makes successful decisions right now. We remove the bad beliefs of the old you and step by step rebuild your mind to succeed. This is a scientific process that we implement systematically in a psychologically proven way, guys. This is all based on the research and experience of professionals in the field, and we've been told why. How do you get people to change their habits, their beliefs, their discipline? Well, you have to do it by following the step-by-step blueprint. And the biggest key I can give you right now is really this is why so many of our students get massive results and why we deliver more results than any drop servicing program ever, is because we change the person and make it easy for them to get results. We change the person into someone who can easily get results. That's why. So that's the biggest key I can give you and the first one to unlock. Become the person that gets success today and reject any decisions that don't go with who that person is. Focus on making the decisions the successful you makes, and then you've instantly unlocked the number one key to success. Envision what values they have, decisions they make, and principles they follow, and anything that violates that is rejected completely, because that's the old you. That's the current you trying to keep you where you already are. To get to future you, you need to become future you and make the decisions that lead to success. If you do that, you'll have your right to the results you're after. I promise you that. The second key is to block mainstream business lies. Let me ask you a question. Do you know that feeling where you thought something was true, then you found out it was not? We all do, right? Or that moment where your mind is blown because you suddenly discover something you had no idea existed a second ago, of course. Or are you ever confused about how people can be completely wrong about something so basic, like we thought the earth was flat? Yeah, all the time, right? Well, the same thing happens in business. You see, almost everything you know about business is fake and has no basis in reality. You see, someone says something they haven't learned from practice, then everyone else copies that person. They copy what they say to get attention. And it's all theory and gossip that has nothing to do with reality. This is something I learned the hard way when I got into business, and it has everything to do with control over your life. Let me explain. Now, look, if you do not know what is true, you won't pursue it. Simple, right? So throughout most of my life, what I thought was real stopped me from going after the right path that I truly wanted for so long, because I thought there were two paths in life. You have the safe life that society tells you is the right path. If you do this, then you're guaranteed success. Go to school and get a job, It's super stable and easy. And so that's what I did, all the way up until finishing my master's degree. And I believed this safe life had to be the right path because society, my friends, my family, university, they all told me entrepreneurship is high risk. Building a business is super hard work for geniuses who, in spite of that, still fail. And it's quite simply not realistic to pursue this path. So yeah, if that's true, better stick to the safe side, right? So that's what I did. So I made this drawing here to explain why people do this. Here's me at the start, right? I wanted to go get to freedom and entrepreneurship. To me, the fastest way there. But my beliefs told me that it required money, time, experience, and luck. So the path was blocked. So instead, I decided, well, let's just live the safe life, which is what people do, right? Now, back then, it made sense to me. But now, I try to figure out why people do this, because it does involve going to college, losing 4 years of your life, going into $40,000 to $80,000 of debt on average for your college loan. And what does it really solve? Get a boring job, adding another 40 years, doing something you don't even want to do, putting off your dreams until you're 60 plus, old enough to retire, then you can be free. This doesn't seem like the best path, but I kept wondering, why do people do this? But those of you listening to this who are maybe a little older and have gone through life through the safe path know the truth, right? And I have people reaching out to me almost every day talking about it. And once I really thought about it and looked into it, it became really ugly, because if you're living the safe life, 73% of your life is doing something you don't like. We talked about the white blocks. That is lack of fulfillment right there. Your time on this world is limited. Your life expectancy is 72 years old, because you only spend 30% of your time doing things you want to do. Take all the white blocks you have left and then only take 30% of them and get rid of the other 70%. Congratulations. That's what the safe life is. That's ugly. You have no direct control over your income, your time, no freedom for the majority of your time. So you end up only really living about 30% of your time. Everyone makes the decisions for you. You have no choice. You do what everyone tells you, trying to scrape by on small money, selling your time for money. Remember, to begin this call, we said a good life is defined by choice, freedom, and fulfillment. The safe life has none of these things. None of these things. It's a trick by society to keep you in your place and be a little good cog in the wheel going about life. That's what I saw. That's what I've realized. I'm like, this is not what a good life is about. And the reward you get, consider your job, for example. The economy and the way jobs work these days, it's far less stable. With innovation and change, old jobs are getting wiped out by new technology, companies are dying, workers get laid off far more than they used to, everyone is overqualified and underpaid. Look at what happened during the pandemic and ensuing recession. Millions of people around the world lost their so-called safe job. And because most people are in so much debt, they can't sustain even a simple lifestyle. They can't retire anymore because they'd be living frugally till they die. Who wants to live your golden years with nothing? For example, most Americans have negative net worths, even when they're getting close to retirement, and only 15% of Americans have over $10,000 in their bank account. You're more than likely to work till you die or someone takes care of you. And even if you do make it, you're going to be too old to enjoy your money once you get out of the rat race anyway. To even live the safe life, you have an entry fee of 3 to 5 years of your life and a massive student loan as the cost of entry. Living the safe life reminds me of gambling in a way because it's seen as the only option. If you refuse to play, you lose. But if you decide to play, you still lose because even though they'll have you believe it's the only game to play, it's still not a good game. I don't want to do this, but it seemed like the only option because of this. I procrastinated taking action in online business between 2013 and 2015 because even though the path towards freedom through entrepreneurship seemed like the best option, it was still blocked by all the things they were telling me, money, time, experience. And here's the thing. Can you give me a 2 if this is true? This is why you haven't really gone all in with entrepreneurship yet, right? That means taking the plunge towards your dream of freedom and control, because how are you supposed to when you think this is where you're running into? How can you become a good entrepreneur when you think you're running into hell? No one walks into the fire thinking, yep, this is where I want to be. Let's do this. No, you can't. You can't do it. But here's the good news. Would you take fitness advice from an unfit person? Bodybuilding advice from a skinny guy? Financial advice from a poor person? Or health advice from a drug addict? No, of course you wouldn't. So why are you taking advice from everybody that's in the safe life purgatory? This is crazy. Listening to your friends or family that are stuck in this area here, telling you, hey, go to college and get a job. Starting a business? No, that's insane. Get a job like me. I hate it and I'm miserable sitting at a desk 60 hours per week. I hate my life, but you should do this because everyone else does it. Be like me. It's so stupid. Everyone's in debt, can't retire, hates their lives yet. They're going to tell you that you should do this? Why are you getting information from these people? The reality is you should be getting advice from people who have the life you want, who have earned the freedom to do what they want with their lives. And that's what I did. I literally went online and started finding mentors who had what I wanted, then got their advice, I got the roadmap, and I followed it. Once I decided to take the red pill, so to speak, nothing was the same. If you haven't seen a movie called The Matrix, definitely do. There's this scene with the character Morpheus who is like, you take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in bed and believe what you want to believe. You take the red pill, you're going to know the truth of the world. I took the red pill, and it wasn't a nasty truth at all. Quite the opposite. I learned that with entrepreneurship, you can have the money while you're young, the freedom while you're young, and don't have to listen to anything that the people are saying because none of it's true. None of it's true at all. And how some people say business holds high risk? Well, you have to work in your garage and get millions of dollars in investment. Well, if that's true, if you want to start the next Apple, then yeah, it's true. So sure, some business types require cash flow, time, investment, experience, of course, but that's not every business, guys. That's not every business model. The business you need to build to get freedom to make $1,000 a day, $5,000 a day, $100 a day, it's definitely not true. You don't need any money. You don't need any experience. You don't need to be a genius or lucky. The first business I built was super simple. There was no big upfront investment. All I did was invest my personal time, and I was able to learn the skills to get sales quickly and got sales quickly once I changed to the person I needed to become. I had tried to build a business when I had a horrible mindset and it just didn't work. But once I had the right mindset and the right business model, that only really required me to invest my time and a bit of money left over for my part-time job. I got success very quickly. And it happened almost like magic. I removed the blocks and then the path was laid out in front of me. I was like, damn, it seems like entrepreneurship is the best way to get to my goals, but it's blocked by this time, money, experience, and luck. So once you become the person that makes the decisions that gets you the success and you remove the blocks that society places in front of the entrepreneurship path, you need to find the business that doesn't take a lot of time, money, experience, and luck. You can't build the next Microsoft or McDonald's because these businesses require those things, but you can build a drop servicing business that makes you $1,000, $3,000, $6,000 a day, like we're going to show you how to do. It doesn't take much or any of those things, and we have pages and pages of results to prove it. You're going to see it done live in front of you. Now, my first business didn't need a huge upfront investment. All I needed to do was learn how to build the system that could tap into the $4.8 trillion of money flows going on the internet. And once I did that, it was pretty easy to get it going and didn't take long at all. And the thing is, the internet business is still very new. So it's all cutting edge and brings great returns because no one else is doing it, especially drop servicing, because even less people are doing that. And that was my first online business. Super simple, ugly, and not amazing. But once I I changed as a person, I was able to get real great results real quickly. I had built this business over about a 1 month period, then launched it after that with a bunch of marketing channels, and in all honesty, I made heaps of mistakes and did everything wrong. My first business was super simple, but I still made my first 2 sales 2 months in after launching this ugly little website I built, and this was very easy to do because I was the person that gets success. I made the right decisions. I didn't listen to the lies society was telling me, and I had the right business model. And it's crazy because it's even easier and faster today than it was back then. It was such a nice little business to build with little to no money, and just a little time after coming home from my part-time job in the call center, maybe a couple of hours a day, then pretty quickly I was making money on the internet without actually having to do any of the work myself. So even though I didn't have as much information as you guys have and didn't have as much opportunity as you guys have today, I was able to start getting calls booked with potential clients. For example, back then, I didn't even know that I didn't have to take these calls myself. These days, we just automate the entire sales process from the start if we want to. But back then, when I was starting, we had to do the calls ourselves. But even with worse information and less opportunities, I was still able to get success setting up calls because I was the person that gets success. And bam, I landed my first couple of clients. They agreed to the terms and we moved forward together. This was a really massive turning point in my journey because it really showed me that it is possible, it's real, to make money online, by building a real business. I remember this moment vividly, walking home from work in the rain, looking down my phone and seeing this little notification that would change my life forever. I felt so excited because this was just the beginning. Not long after this, I was closing more and more clients because I was the person that gets success. I was scaling and hit my first $10,000 month somewhere in the middle of 2016, June or July. Then I really focused on automating everything so I could get total freedom. So I went to work like a mad scientist, trying to figure out how to get sales without having to do any of the work myself. So sales could come in and the business would run smoothly and I could be partying, traveling, living adventures of fun with my newfound freedom. And bam, I had done it again. I had fully automated my business to the point that it was generating 6 figures whilst I didn't have to do any of the work in the